The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. A God does not play dice with the universe. In fact, the mere act of opening the box will determine the state of the cat. Although in this case there were three determinate states the cat could be in, these being alive, dead, and bloody furious, as far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality. They are not certain, and as far as they are certain, they do not refer to reality. Protons, a given atom, its identity, electrons, its personality. Not only does God play dice, but he sometimes throws them where they cannot be seen. The birth of quantum physics brought science and spirituality into alignment. It was the realization by physicists that protons, photons have consciousness, and not just limited consciousness, but awareness of the entire cosmos. So Einstein was wrong when he said God does not play dice. Consideration of black holes suggests not only that God does play dice, but that he sometimes confuses us by throwing them where they can't be seen. Small shifts in your thinking and small changes in your energy can lead to massive alterations of your end result. The atoms of elementary particles themselves are not real. They form a world of potentialities, potentialities, and possibilities, rather than one of things or facts in the world of the very small, aware particle and wave aspects of reality are equally significant. Things do not behave in any way that we can understand from our experience of the everyday world. All pictures are false, and there is no physical analogy we can make to understand what goes on inside atoms. Atoms behave like atoms, nothing else. To shift your life in a desired direction, you must powerfully shift your subconscious. The more we delve into quantum mechanics, the stranger the world becomes. Appreciating the strangeness of the world, whilst still operating that which you now consider reality, will be the foundation for shifting the current trajectory of your life from ordinary to extraordinary. It is a tale of mixing this cosmic weirdness with the practical and physical, which will allow you to move moment by moment through parallel worlds to achieve your dreams. The law of sympathy is one of the most basic parts of magic. It states that the more similar two objects are, the greater the sympathetic link. The greater the link, the more easily they influence each other. In modern physics, there is no such thing as nothing. Even in a perfect vacuum, pairs of virtual particles are constantly being created and destroyed. The existence of these particles is no mathematical fiction, although they cannot be directly observed. The effects they create are quite real. The assumption that they exist leads to predictions that have been confirmed by experiment to a high degree of accuracy. Theology, philosophy, metaphysics, and quantum physics are merely ways for God to have his smart people believe in him. At the heart of quantum mechanics is a rule that sometimes governs politicians or CEOs. As long as no one else is watching, anything goes. There are many, many, many worlds branching out at each moment. You become aware of your environment and then make a choice. Every conscious thought you have, every moment you spend on an idea is a commitment to be stuck with that idea and with aspects of that level of thinking for the rest of your life. Spending just 10 seconds focusing on a topic that does not serve your interests is to invest your energy along a path that will continue to draw from you and define you. Sometimes the public says what's in it from numero uno. And am I going to get better television reception? Am I going to get internet reception? Well, in some sense, yeah, all the wonders of quantum physics were learned basically from looking at atom smasher technology. But let me let you in on a secret. We physicists are not driven to do this because of better color television. That's a spinoff. We do this because we want to understand our role and our place in the universe. Consciousness is not just interaction of neurotransmitters in the brain. It has also some quantum cosmic component. Quantum attention functions are the keys to quantum machine learning. Quantum attention function is like a virtual lens which brings time and timelessness, stores states and statelessness, forms and formlessness, and locality and non-locality. This is what makes the subatomic world unique. It possesses not just physical qualities but also energetic qualities. And the truth, a matter of subatomic level, exists as a momentary phenomenon, a banana phenomena. It's so elusive that it constantly appears and disappears, appearing into free dimensions in time and space, and disappearing into nothing, into the quantum field, in no space, no time, transforming from particle matter to wave energy, and vice versa. But where do particles go when they vanish into thin air? Quantum experiments demonstrated that electrons exist simultaneously in an infinite array of possibilities or probabilities in an invisible field of energy, but only when an observer focuses attention on any location of any one electron does that electron appear. In other words, a particle cannot manifest in reality. That is ordinary space-time as we know it until we observe it. Quantum physics calls this phenomena collapse of the wave function or the observer effect. We now know that the moment the observer looks for an electron, there is a specific point in time and space when all probabilities of an electron collapse into a physical event. With this discovery, mind and matter can no longer be considered separate. They are intrinsically related because subjective mind procedures intrinsically related because subjective mind procedures measurable changes in on the objective physical world. If your mind can influence the appearance of an electron, then theoretically it can influence the appearance of any possibility. How would your life change if you learned to direct the observer effect and to collapse infinite waves of probability into the reality that you choose? Could you get better at observing the life you want? This may be old hat to some, but in the quantum realm, the things we take for granted aren't really things at all. Quantum physics, the study of the universe at its most minute level, unveils a startlingly different picture from what today's hyper materialist humans so glibly dub reality. The world is nothing more or less than an intricate dance of energy, a sea of swirling possibilities where everything is constantly in flux. Now knowing how we had come to sit behind the steering wheel, but considered driving into town for help, but was too fucked up to walk, much less Commander Emma's truck, the hike into the canyon where her body would be 500 feet beneath the claw, and at least a 90-minute jog from the truck. We was too much to consider, with stream requiring being forwarded at least a dozen times, paralyzed by indecision and the horror of seeing her jump. He pounded the steering wheel with palms, tears soaking his face, collecting like dewdrops in the weary strands of the beard. What the fuck? What the fucking a goddamn Emma desiring nothing other than to have her back. He felt the urge to lie down on the seat and cry himself into oblivion, having no more control over himself than he had over the way Powerball had spun the universe, spitting out random equations from a spinning cage. So maybe his mind conspired. She didn't jump in, was still wandering around the claw, lost searching him out. But the image of her stretching her arms wide and leaping was crystalline in its authenticity, a tangible and substantial. She's not here, the voice returned, stripping earthly context from reality. Go look somewhere else. You ever have found me stumbling, another and drunk on Burgundy wine? The tape player shattered his thoughts as though someone had thrown a large rock through the windshield, the engine suddenly idling like it had just happened on its own. There was no way he'd touch the key, fumbling for the cassette deck's knobs. He watched his hand disappear into the dash, lacking mass or substance, a sensation, an immaterial thing dangling uselessly from the end of his arm. Outside the truck, the mountain and trees pivoted, the world turning on a spindle, the turnout giving way to the meadow and the rutted path back to the gate. Gooch watched the speedometer needle bounce back and forth, wind tumbling the dashboard trash and debris so that everything danced against the windshield in time to the music of Get Up and Fly Away. If we parallelize quantum mechanics with reality, then we should consider more information than what we perceive as probable and as reality. The observer effect puts our everyday perceptions and assumptions in a blender. It dictates if we're to be honest with ourselves, sober in our thinking, and not reactionary in our emotions. And the world we see is not the ultimate reality, but merely a projection of it. From this perspective, the manifest world is revealed as what Hindu mystics referred to as Maya, illusion, the imaginal outpourings of minds, like children naturally playing in magical constructs that seem eminently real, simply doing what minds do, while humanity may be far from the best representation of the cosmic unity to which all belongs. We do embody a certain struggle by which the whole of consciousness seeks not only to persist but to appreciate itself. Isn't it odd that the same ratio that generates infinity also generates self similarity, and then somehow the faint echo of a question brought it all convergent in a frightening rush toward the epic center, which was really just another hidden nexus in an infinite web of them, a profusion of warmth, followed by a spark that ignited a cloud of impossible color and luminosity, swirling and rippling and churning and strabbing and singing the excitation in search of the subtle and rhythmic order by which new assembles were always finding ways to expand the expansionless. The numbers are the ton of time and space. Space is only possible in existence because beyond existence and the pure essence of the absolute, there is no space, which means there is no time. The other mode or sign qua non of existence is plurality, plurality of a world must transform from a primordial oneness and a singularity into the plurality of existence or life. A transformation does not mean that the singularity disappears, but that the singularity transforms into a plurality that powers not only existence and life, but more importantly, meaning and purpose. Still, there's always an underlying oneness pervading reality, of which quantum entanglement is one of the most obvious signs. Artificial intelligence is not a foreign entity, it is humanity's reflection, magnified and made manifest. What we build in machines, we must first recognize in ourselves. Every great tool has two edges, one to build and one to destroy. AI will show us which edge we are willing to hold. The question isn't whether AI will shape the future, it's whether we have the courage to shape its responsibility. In the age of artificial intelligence, the most pressing question is not what machines will become, but what humanity will remain. AI is neither savior nor destroyer. It is a mirror reflecting the values of those who wield it. To navigate the advent of artificial intelligence, we don't need to become experts in machines. We need to become better stewards of humanity. Innovation without ethics is like navigation without a compass. AI demands both vision and caution in equal measure. If intelligence is the ability to adapt, and artificial intelligence challenges us to redefine the very essence of what it means to think, to create, and to understand. Artificial intelligence doesn't replace human creativity. It challenges us to elevate it to prove that our imagination cannot be so easily coded. The rise of AI is not the end of humanity's story, but a new chapter, one to ask us to write with clarity, empathy, and intention. Futurists imagine multiple possible futures as quantum physics are set on multiple present realities. He said that in quantum physics, every alternative possibility happens simultaneously, all at once, in the same place. Quantum superposition, every universe exists over every other universe like a million pictures on a tracing paper, all with slight variations within the same frame. The many worlds interpretation of quantum physics suggests there are an infinite number of divergent parallel universes. Every moment of your life, you enter a new universe with every decision you make, and traditionally it was thought that there could be no communication of transference between those worlds, even though they happen in the same space, even though they happen literally millimeters away from us. Albert Einstein. So here we are, lost in your quantum world of probabilities and needing certainty. Uncertainty can be either the root of fear or the cornerstone of hope. Do, there I go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Well, there I go.